Welcome to Python Programming Language video tutorials by Shine India Pvt Limited. So I am your Posubabu Sir, technical quant logical reasoning trainer. So in this class, I would like to discuss what is variable and two important built-in functions. So without further delay, let's start and discuss what is variables. Now, variables can be defined it as name given to the value. Name given to the values, we can call it as variable. Or the same thing can be defined as named labels also can be defined as variables, right? So let me give you with a small example. Suppose if I have taken a equal to 80. So here 80 is set to be value, right? And a is set to be variable. So to create a variable, or to name a variable, to create a variable or to name a variable, right? So you have to use uh, assignment operator. You have to use assignment operator, right? So I have used here assignment operator. So I hope everybody is clear. So in this example, 80 is set to be a value and a is set to be a variable. So to create a variable, so you have to use assignment operator. So I hope everybody is clear. So why we have to call it as a variable? So that is what an important question here, right? So the name itself, so it is varies, right? So let me give an example over here to make to understand clearly. So initially A is taking 80. Let me take an example. So here A holds a value called 80, right? So if you print A, so you will be getting 80 as output, right? Now, if you are going to update the value of A, so which means A is equal to, if you are going to update the value as A equal to A plus some 10, right? So if you print A, so what it is happen? So in this case, you will be getting 90. So which means the value which is present in A is going to be changed, right? So it is not constant. Initially, it holds 80 and later it becomes what 90. So which means the value which is present in the variable may not be constant. So hence we can call it as variable. So I hope everybody is clear, right? So let me give you one more example. So in order to make you to understand what is variable. So variable also can be defined as name given to the memory location. Name given to the memory location is also called as variable. So let me make you to understand. So what does it means? So let me open my presentation and then you could understand. So here 86 is a value. So this is a value and the marks is a variable, right? So now if you want to access this value, so how do you access? Through variable, right? So if you observe in the first line, you will be having values. And so the second line, so it is what address, right? So if you want to access this 86 and you have to call with a variable, which is what marks. So it will move to the address where that 86 has been stored. Right? So here the address is 2054. So generally it does not consist of so a small thing that is 4 digits. So it may have more than 4 digits as the address, so which cannot be remembered. So hence we are going to use a variable name. So instead of remembering 2054, which is what the address of the variable, so remembering marks is very easy, right? So when you call marks, what will happen? It will move to the address where that 86 has been stored, right? So this is what? So memory location for this 86, right? So when it moves to 2054, which is what the address, so inside this address, whatever the value is there, so that can be used or print it on the screen. So I hope everybody is clear, right? So let me open my IDE. So in a nutshell, so let me show you. So what is meant by variable, right? So you can use variable as var, which is equal to. So I'm going to take some 86, right? So you could print var, right? So you will be getting 86, right? So let me give you, I'm going to update. So var as var plus sum 4. So let us print var. So in this case, you will be getting 90. As I told you, variable means, so it will be changed, right? Right. So the variable meaning means what? So it will be vary, right? So it is not constant. So initially var holds 86 and later it becomes 90. So hence we can call it as variable, right? I hope everybody is clear, right? So now let me go back and explain. So two important built-in functions. So the first function is ID function. So first function is ID function. So what is meant by ID function? So it is used to return, it is used to return the address of a variable or object or variable. So I hope everybody is understood. So it is used to return the address of an object or variable. So now here you have to remember, so address, it returns what? The address, right? So that address must be unique. The address must be unique or constant. So do remember, so the important point here, so address is unique or constant, right? So let me explain in detail. So in my IDE. So let me open my IDE. So remove this one. And then let us take, so A is equal to some 86, right? So to to find the address of variable A, so what you have to do? So you have to use ID function. So this ID function is what function? It is a built-in function. So and it is used to return what? The address of an object or variable, right? So now you have to write ID of, so which variable address you wish to find? So object A. So you have to pass here A and then execute it. So this is what the memory location of A, right? So or else it is what the address of this particular variable. So I hope everybody is clear, right? So let me print ID of A. Okay. So this is what the address of A. So in this particular address, the value which is present, which is what? 86. Okay. So I hope everybody is clear. Now let me update A values. So A plus 4. And then, so let me print ID of A. And I'm also printing here, print A. So here also let us print A, right? So let us print A. So if you see over here, so 86 is the value which is there in this particular address. Okay. Now, if you see over here, so 90, so A value has been updated. So that is what 90, which will be there in this particular address, right? So if you see, so A address has been changed here, right? So here the address for what? 86. Do remember, so this value address is this one. So 90 is the another value so which is there in this particular address, right? Now, let me take another variable so that you could clearly understand. So what I wish to explain over here. I told you address must be constant, but here you may think that, so we got different addresses. It is not like that. So let me explain with another example. So I'm going to store b equal to 90 and let us print ID of B, right? So now 90 is the value which is there in which particular address, let us see. Now you could see over here, so even B address also we got the same, because in the address of B, we have 90. Even this address also remains same, right? So updated A value is 90, even B value is 90. So the address for B or address for this updated A values remain same, because in this particular address, we have a value called 90. So I hope everybody is clearly understood. Okay. Now let me go back and explain. So the next important function, that is type function. So this we have discussed already in my previous classes. Okay. In a nutshell, I will explain over here. So it is used to return it is used to return the type of the data, the type of the data present in the variable, present in the variable, right? Suppose, let me take an example. So A is equal to I. So what type of data which has been present in variable A? So that is what? String type. Okay. So let me execute it in on IDE, right? So let me erase the previous code. And so let me write some A is equal to, so let me pass one greeting message. So welcome to Talent Shine India Pvt Private Limited, right? So now let us see what type of data we have stored in A. So for that we have to use type function. So type of which variable? So A. So you have to pass here A. So let us execute it. So we have a string data type, right? So if you want to print it on the screen, you will be getting so class string. Now you could see here string, right? So clearly A is an object for the string class. So I hope everybody is clear. Now let me take, so B is equal to some 9.87. So let us print type of B. And I'm going to take C equal to, so one complex number, 4 plus 7J. So let us print type of C and execute it. Now you could see, so B is an object for float class. C is an object for complex class. So I hope everybody is clear. So this type function will give you the info of what? It provides the type of data present in the variable. Okay. So I hope everybody is clear. So in this class, we have discussed what is variable, and so we have discussed about ID function, and we have discussed about type function, right? So I hope everybody is clearly understood. So if it is clear to everybody, so please like my video and subscribe our channel. So thank you.